Listen, and you will hear history. Across Africa, instruments are not antique museum pieces. They are living voices, heirlooms, ritual tools, praise devices, and pop culture instruments that shaped modern music worldwide. Today, we meet 15 ancient African instruments, how they are made, how they are played, and why their sounds still travel. This is Top 15 Ancient African Musical Instruments. How to listen, categories, materials, and contexts. Before we meet each instrument, a quick guide. African instruments fall into families: strings, lutes, harps, lamelophones, thumb pianos, idiophones, xylophones, rattles, membranophones, drums, and aerophones, flutes. Reed instruments. Materials matter: calabash, gourds, hardwoods, animal skin. Metal tines each choice colors, both sound and cultural meaning. Example: string equals Kora or Nargone. Lamelophone equals MBI. Idiophone equals balafon or Jill. Membranophone equals Djembe or talking drum. Aerophone equals flute or algaita. Many instruments are linked to caste, lineage, or ritual roles. For example, griots and jailists as hereditary musical custodians in West Africa. In other areas, instruments belong to households or community rights. Keep the context in mind as we approach each instrument. 1. Kora, the 21-string harp flute. The kora is one of West Africa's most iconic instruments. A harp flute built from a halved calabash covered with cowhide and a long hardwood neck fitted with leather tuning rings. Traditionally associated with Mandinka griots, the jelly, the kora's 21 strings in classical form are plucked with thumb and forefinger to produce interlocking patterns and syncopated bass lines. Historically, the kora is used for praise songs, genealogies, and historic narratives. The jelly is the living archive of families and kingdoms. Players like Tumani Diabat and Balak Sissoko popularized the instrument globally in recent decades, blending kora tradition with jazz and classical forms. Performance tip: the kora's tonal palette is centered on layered ostinatos, a steady bass, while the right hand decorates with melodies. 2. Djembe, the hand drum. The djembe, a goblet-shaped hand drum, originates in the Mandinka cultural region, Mali, Guinea broadly. Traditionally carved from a single hardwood block and fitted with goatskin, the djembe is played with bare hands and is famed for its wide dynamic and tonal range bass, tone, and slap. The djembe is social. It leads dances, signals events, and carries improvisation. Its skill set includes sculpted hand techniques and call and response with other drums. In performance, it is often accompanied by the Dunham family bass drums and bells. Modern note: the djembe became globally popular during the 20th century, widely taught in percussion circles and integrated into jazz, world music, and fusion projects. Film direction: show close hand technique, slow motion, cutaways to footwork in dance, and audience reaction. 3. Talking drum, D&D in family. The talking drum, variously called DNDN among Yoruba speakers, and with related forms across West Africa, uses an hourglass or double-headed shell with chords that the player squeezes to change pitch. Because many African languages are tone-based, the drum can mimic speech patterns and transmit messages across distances. Talking drums are used for praise singing, political announcements, and ritual. They are not just musical. They are communicative technology, a human-made telegraph. Film direction: show an exchange between a drummer and a singer conveying a spoken line. Overlay transcription subtitling to illustrate how pitch patterns correspond to phrases. For MBI kalimba, the thumb piano. The MBI, often called kalimba or thumb piano in global markets, is a lamelophone of the Shona and other peoples of southern Africa. A set of tuned metal tines are mounted on a wooden soundboard, often with a resonator such as a hollow gourd. The MBI plays central roles in ritual, spirit possession ceremonies, and social music in Zimbabwe and surrounding regions. The Mabira's music emphasizes cyclical patterns and polyrhythms. It is often played with shakers and hosho and accompanies trance and ancestral invocation. Modern artists blended MBI timbres with electronic production, bringing this ancient voice into contemporary music. 5. Balafon, the West African xylophone. The balafon is a wooden key xylophone family widely used in West Africa, Mali, Guinea, Burkina Faso, and beyond. Tucked beneath many of the wooden keys sit calabash resonators that are sometimes fitted with membrane buzzers for timbral richness, historically used by jelly or griot musicians. The balafon accompanies ceremonies, storytelling, and royal events. Balafon technique mixes melodic lines with percussive interplay. The instrument's voice anchors many ensemble traditions, Sixth Nargani, the ancestral lute. The Nargani or Nargani is a small West African lute, a direct ancestor of modern West African pluck traditions, and some scholars argue, an ancestor of the banjo diaspora in the Americas. Constructed from wood or calabash with skin head, the Nargani has been a staple of griot music and hunters' ceremonial songs. Today, virtuosos like Biseka Kuya have modernized the Nargani to electrified forms, creating a direct line from ancient court music to global stages. 7 Udu, the clay pot drum. From the Igbo of Nigeria comes the Udu, a clay pot drum that produces rounded, resonant tones when struck or tapped. Originally used in ritual contexts, the Udu became popular in world music because of its unique pitch, timbre, and percussive color. Because it is both idiophone and aerophone in its effect, the Udu sound sits between drum and voice, excellent for ambient, cinematic scoring. Film direction, extreme close-ups of wet clay, then slow motion of hand strikes to show vibration. H. Sheka good shaker. The sheka, also spelled seeker, is a beaded good rattle widespread across many African regions, particularly West Africa. A dried gourd is wrapped in an external net of beads or shells and shaken or slapped to produce bright rhythmic textures. Simple to make and essential in ensembles, the sheka punctuates rhythms and adds shimmering attack. Its portability and visual appeal make it both a practical instrument and a stage prop in modern performances. 9 Kora and beginner Ethiopian lyres. Ethiopia's stringed lyres, the Kora smaller lyre and the beginner larger. Deep lyre used in devotional music represent an ancient Horn of Africa tradition. The Kora often accompanies secular songs, while the beginner is associated with contemplative liturgical use. These instruments use tuned strings over a bow or box resonator and are plucked or strummed. Their modal melodic material differs significantly from West African pentatonic systems, revealing the continent's melodic diversity. 10 Ghanaian xylophone. The Djembe is a wooden xylophone from northern Ghana and neighboring areas, a cousin of the balafon, but with regional construction and tuning differences. Djembe ensembles often accompany funerary rites and social dance. The instrument has a distinctive buzzing timbre produced by membranes on the resonators. Because of its haunting bass and pentatonic modes, the Djembe has inspired modern composers and ensembles in cross-cultural collaborations. 11 Oud and North African lutes. In North Africa, lute traditions, especially the oud, move between Arab, Berber and Mediterranean forms. The oud's fretless neck and deep resonator enable microtonal melodies central to Markham systems, and its presence in Egypt, Morocco and Algeria shows the historical ties across the Mediterranean. Though its origins are broader than Africa alone, the oud's North African forms are deeply local, used in classical ensembles and contemporary fusions. 12 Bendia and frame drums. Frame drums, the bendia and related types, are staples in North African, Sahelian and Saharan contexts. Typically circular with a single membrane and often with snares, they accompany songs, trance rituals and processions. 13 to 15 rapid tour ballon, zalem, kalambo. 3 rapid instruments to close. The ballon, a large manned harp or bass used for hunters' songs and ceremonies. The zalem, a plucked West African lute used in storytelling and praise. And the kalambo, a variety of musical bow and mouth resonated instruments across regions, which show how one simple idea, a string or a bow, can yield boundless timbres. Summary: these instruments are ancient and alive. Each is a voice for a people, a history and a future. Which instrument surprised you most? Tell us in the comments. We'll make a deep dive episode on the most requested one. Like, subscribe, and share to keep these sounds alive.